Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we're going to be drawing the next episode of Heavenly Deadland. We got some more characters added into this, the 5 up here, and we got like a bunch of nameless characters who are supposed to basically be background characters. So yes, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. So there's a few things here that I might have to adjust that I didn't notice beforehand, but yes, there's a decent amount that we've done today, but there's just so much that we have to do regardless. It's the insane amount that we got to get done with. So, that's all I got to say about that. I'm tired. I'm slightly dizzy, I guess. It's just kind of annoying how it's just been so dizzy for at least the past few days. I'm not sure why. Well, either way, it's fine. Oh, did I forget the color your ear in? Or did I? I can't tell. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, I got it. Just the way that set looks like it was something else. Well, either way, we're just here to shade in the characters here. It was a pain in the ass to try to, remember the character's name, so I had to go through the first episode to relook at the dialogue that I had set up, basically. Shut up. Cat's still in heat, annoyingly enough. It seems like she might be getting out of it soon, but it's still prevalent. Let me see if I can get the cat over here so I can just hold her. Yeah, I heard her. She stopped midway through. Wherever she is, she stopped. So, if you remember from the last episode, we left off with a pretty gruesome end to a character who we do not see here. Well, we don't see many characters here because this episode mostly consists of these two and partly these two up here. Come on, cat. There you are. Get over here, you little shit. Shh. Stop whirring. Why you gotta keep whirring? Why? Why you gotta still be in heat? What's that on your nose? Got something on your nose. There you go. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, June Hana, I think her name was. The one that died. The red shirt, basically. There was a lot of characters that died there, but the most important one, the one that had a name, or at least the one that, had a name and had some dialogue, did get killed off. We might have some scenes and whatnot showcasing her, similar to what we had in the anime Tokyo Ghoul, except it's going to be more, passive and less, antagonistic, if I remember correctly, from that one pink-haired lady. I think she had pink hair. I don't know. It's been a while. I don't remember. It's supposed to take inspiration from it, not, completely copy it. Although, the one thing I really do like about the direction I went with the eyes here is the kanji symbols, similar to, the demons from Demon Slayer. I don't think any of the ghouls had, symbols in her eyes. So, yeah. I think that's a pretty cool, thing to just have in general. Those eyes look pretty cool. So I figured, sure, why not? We can use some of that in this series right over here. Although it makes me wonder if they should all be, red eyes with the black iris. If I'm using the name right. Not iris. What is this white part again? I don't recall. It might be iris, I just don't remember. Oh, either way, I figured out it would be a cool thing to have, and we're still keeping with it. Obviously. So yes, we're just shading and texturing all these characters here, and it's going to take a while. I can't imagine it's going to take too much longer to finish what I need to finish. I'll do the outline for the background. I'll probably do the coloring as well off camera, and then we'll finish it all off with the effects and all that stuff. Shouldn't be too difficult, but I've been tired as of late, which makes sense. But I gotta get it done with. I'm making way more progress than I would have made if I had done this during a work week. That's why we have like other drawings, animals drawings, and other simple short drawings that don't take too much time and effort. Like, I worked on this a tiny bit last night. Well, last night as in, like, for me, today is Thursday. Well, no, today is Friday now, actually. Yep, vacation's almost over, annoyingly enough. But I did get 2 series finished, and I'm creeping up on a 3rd one to be finished, hopefully on a Friday. Hopefully, maybe I can finish it today and then get it posted and work on a bunch of other things Saturday. Like, I gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna do this, because I have one more hardcore mature drawing that I gotta make, and it's a simple OC drawing. I'm sure I could do a more simplistic one that doesn't require too much effort. I was thinking about, going back to that Russian Domi Mommy and that one particular drawing with the ice pixies. Perhaps we can... I was thinking of doing like maybe a little reboot, but instead of doing a reboot, I could do something else with a new thing, so it's not like the same old, same old. Obviously, it is kind of important to want to try to do some new things, so I figured, yeah, same character, new scenario, and a new little mini-series that can occur throughout Subscribe-Star. So that's what I am planning on doing. Whether or not I'm going to be able to do it, though, really depends on just how long it takes to get this finished. So yes, I mean, it shouldn't take as long, but the shading portion takes a while. And I don't think there's much here that I could change in that department. The shading does indeed, in fact, take a while. Especially if we want to make it look good and not like all over the place and spastic. In terms of trying to make it so that the black colors and the dark colors don't like mesh together, we gotta like at least give some kind of differentiation in terms of the layers here, I guess. Yeah, the layers. In order for me to be able to, at the very least, ensure that this does not blend in with the raw material. Working with an all dark colored character in terms of hair, clothes, not skin though, but nails. And I did draw shoes on him, right there. But I wasn't really anticipating that I would be drawing him going down past that point. So, yeah. At least we have something there. At least with this, I don't think the background's going to take that long. That's primarily due to the fact that a lot of the characters, the nameless characters, are kind of hiding most of the, which is great. I would say the one good thing about the black and white, like, fade in and all that stuff is that it doesn't matter how many times you mid-tone and shade, it's usually going to come out looking the same. Whereas if you were to try to do this with, like, say, a colored instance, something that's not black and white, basically, it would look very mixed and have completely different colorful properties to it, so it wouldn't look good at all. Shush! How the hell are you still in heat, cat? I said shush! What are you doing? She's just looking out the window and meowing out it. Closed window at that. So, what be the concept of this particular episode, you may ask? Well, if you've read the first episode and have seen how that all went, towards the end of it, Shinichi, I think his name was, if I can recall, got... Well, I think I have his name here, don't I? Juno Samu, this guy over here, who I might have to... Well, the teeth is there. You can't see it due to the fact that the teeth and the shirt share the same color. But yes, Juno Samu was sent on a mission to try to locate a very particular devil with blood-based powers. If you've seen in the last episode, in the thumbnail and read it as well, thumbnail, the drawing, the cover, you would see that Hanichi here has, well, blood-based abilities. No, right. Actually, yeah, wait, hold on a second. Let me move your hair up past your shirt. There we go. Yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, he's tasked to try to find it, but to not really go out of his way to kill it, obviously. The main premise of this is that Hanichi is sent over to, let me see if I remember her name. Was it, stop it. Stop it. Hiroko. Hey, Hiroki. Stop scratching the bed! Hiroku. Hiroku. Basically the quote-unquote devil teacher here. This cat really is just not giving up scratching the damn bed. Nope, she's not coming up. She's just staying under bed. Being a nuisance, as per usual. But you're always a nuisance, aren't you? Anyways, yeah, he's getting taught by her to basically do martial arts. And see if you can guess the kanji on the character's eyeballs. Obviously, he's not going to show his, devil eyes yet. I think that's just primarily because the fact that he's... Wait, hold on. What am I... this one. He's trying not to show that he is a devil. He has only just recently discovered it. And the characters that you see next to Hiroku. Probably should have figured out a better, easier name for me to remember at least, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. It's going to be a pain in the ass for me to remember the names and how to say most of them and spell most of them when I'm looking back up again. It occurs. These are things that occur when you're, like, making names for characters of a different language than one that you're used to. Shush! Shush! You need me to hold you again? Yes? Alright, I'll hold you real good. Now you'll rotate. Now I'll hold you. Rotating cat. Come here. Shush. Shush. Shush, shush. Now it's not the time for that. Nope, you're still gonna do it. You're not like that one baby who stopped crying when the guy says, now's not the time for that. Or whatever. Now, if you saw that golden girl in the top right, I can't really remember her name. I think it was Satomi? Yeah, I can see it up top, but you can't. Satomi. She is meant to be Wait, I just passed his name. Juno Samu, or we'll just call him Juno, since it seems like it'd be a hell of a lot easier to remember that name than... Shut up! We got Juno over here, or if we want to go down the you know, silent, or not Silent J, but you know how you like have some names that are like Jorge, it's like Jorge or something, like an H. Maybe it's something similar in Japan with the, you know, that being... No, well, that's not going to help. Yeah, you are supposed to be above, so I'll just put you above at least. Well, yeah, of course, that has to be above. This one can stay here. There we go. So, yeah, Juno was taught by Satomi. Yeah. And we got that one girl right over here, Suzume, I think. Suzume? Who was supposed to be the crutch of this guy. Although I think I gotta adjust the hair a little bit more, because before the hair was like up here. Shut up! I'll have to figure that out when I get to doing the shading and texturing of her. Why can't you shut up? It's literally 12 a.m. Again, no cats are out here at this time of day. And whatnot. Shut up. Anyways, is there anything here? No, I don't think anything would show here. And there she goes again. Just keep meowing out the window. The unopenable window. Annoying. Anyways, yeah, this is not really... What the... Where does fur come from? And we got the fur on my shirt. Anyways, we're just going to continue doing this. I'm not sure what else to talk about right now. I'm too tired. Too exhausted from just sitting here for hours on end. Trying to get this done with. Trying to get all of this done with, really. Wait a minute. Something isn't right here. Oh, for crying out loud. Shush. It's fine, I could just do this. Maybe. No, wait, I gotta... First of all, I gotta do this. There we go. There we are. Good as new, I think. Anyways, yeah. It's been pretty exhausting. Mentally exhausting, mostly. Physically, well, the only physical bullshit I had to do was stupid frickin' weeds again, because these piece of shit weeds won't stop growing. And not the weed that you're thinking, no, literal useless garden weeds that the dogs keep eating because they're not smart enough to realize that that's shish not edible. And it's primarily one of the reasons why they keep scratching themselves, or at least one of them. I don't understand why it's so difficult. We tell them not to do something, and it's for their own good, but they're too stupid to realize. Same with you, cat. I just really wish that some animals were smart enough to realize, oh, hey, this is giving negative reinforcements. Maybe I shouldn't do this thing constantly and consistently. But nope. Alright, let's see. I got the nail here I could probably do some things with. I'll probably try to adjust this as soon as I put in the textures and whatnot, but for now I gotta focus more so on you. I gotta like shade in the teeth here if I want to like be able to see where the teeth is at fully. And this is the thing I'm not entirely too sure in like how I want to do side profiles with, you know, these characters. Because we're trying to like, you know, gather inspirations from most other anime here with the way certain characters look. You got the Hunter x Hunter hard nose, You know, where they have these particular kinds of noses. You've seen it when I was drawing Pito a bunch. Still am technically, but in the safe work aspect, you're only seeing the one. And then, of course, there's the Ghoul Eyes from Tokyo Ghoul alongside the Kanji Eyes from Demon Slayer. And there's going to soon be body horror. Oh, don't you worry, there's body horror stuff. We haven't fully seen anything, everyone like any of the devils in action here to showcase that body horror. We've kind of gotten a tad look at it from that one guy who was able to make his fingers long. Now, I don't know if it's because of, certain... I mean, because there's probably hundreds of devils out there. And there's only so many different kinds of powers and abilities that you can do with them without having to run across any repeats. So obviously, there would be some demons out there with repeat powers. Or devils. It's going to be hard to remember calling them devils. They're not ghouls, they're not demons, they're devils. There's clearly a religious aspect going on with this, which is probably taking inspiration from another anime, but I can't quite remember which one. I don't remember if Tokyo Ghoul had a religious aspect to it. It might have. It could. It's been a while since I've seen it. I think it is on Crunchyroll, with Re included as well, but I don't know if that's a continuation after what happened towards the end, or if it's a reboot. Maybe a soft reboot, who knows? I mean, it does come right after the series finishes its second season, so maybe. Possibly. Oh, and how can we forget about the Dead Man Wonderland ability to control blood? Been a while since I've seen that too. Makes me wonder if I should do a rewatch of it, because it's been so long that the rewatch would feel like it's new. Same thing that occurred with Inuyasha. I barely remembered any episode when I was watching it. Barely remembered anything of it at all. But, yeah. That would be interesting to go back and watch that again. It's like experiencing it again for the first time because it's been so long that you've forgotten. Could you imagine? For those who have played a game that they liked so much, but because, it's one of those games where you have to play it once and, you got the experience and you'll never get that experience again. That kind of experience. If you haven't, seen it or played it or done anything with it in such a long, long time, a very long time, chances are your memory of the series will have vanished. Because, you barely remember most of it. You can remember some things, but you can't remember how everything went. You can't remember every single episode. The only thing you really remember is, oh, I vaguely remember these characters, but I don't know what they went through. Same thing that would probably occur with Sailor Moon if I could ever do a rewatch of that. They might have it on Crunchyroll, but I don't know. I would have to look that up. There's a lot of characters that I got a shade and texture here, so I can't exactly do that. Same thing kind of applied with Demon Slayer in its first season. I barely remembered most of it. Hell, there was a scene that occurred in Season 3 that made me think, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why would that be him? That's the character that I'm thinking of. But no, the character that I'm thinking of just has a semi-similar hairstyle. But it's not actually him. But what if it is him? I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Or it could. Who knows? I can't quite remember. I really just don't remember. I probably should pull this up here so I can see the hairstyle here. To put it simply, there's a character in Season 3 that I thought was somebody else, but apparently was not. We'll see soon enough. The entirety of the dubbed episodes hasn't come out yet, but I've been doing this thing where at the end of every week, after I've watched Toonami and I guess another episode of Fairy Tail, we go on ahead and watch an episode of Demon Slayers, acting as if it's on Toonami itself. With Fairy Tail being a thing that shows 8 episodes a week, for me at least. We're getting through it, slowly but surely. There's like 300 episodes, so we have like a series that will last for a while, which is great. But it won't last for long, which is not great. So yeah, that's what we've got going for us currently in that department, at least. So right now we're only on episode 2 of Demon Slayers. We're just waiting for every week. Even if it's a marathon week, I'll be like, alright, well, here I go. I'm going to watch that in its place. That's right. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Go the Harry Tipper style where we, like, hold on to her crotch and do, like, the dance thing that he does when you click him in Time Splitters. If you can't tell the reference that I was trying to get across when I was trying to sound like him. Don't get me wrong, that's a pretty old reference. I don't know if y'all won't remember. Oh, man, I miss Time Splitters. Primarily the map making. That's the one I miss the most, and the one that I wish most games nowadays would allow you to do. Make your own map. I can understand why most of them don't do that, though, because that would mean that you wouldn't be able to unleash DLC stuff, which would suck. I feel like the best way to do it is to make a really good PvP-esque game similar to Time Splitters, and you make it so there's no bugs, there's no issues, everything runs fine, the gameplay is amazing, 10 out of 10, and the only thing there is microtransactions, but you don't need to purchase it, because completing a match gives you like a crap ton of the things you need to like buy specific cosmetic items that you can like go on ahead and put onto a customizable gun. Or customizable map area, or customizable armor. And it's like this little like shop thing that you can like do to like get very specific pieces. You can make your own pieces with various shapes and sizes, but you can get pre-made pieces that are pretty good. That breaks the standards and the molds that you could, do the things. That, regardless, the idea here is to make it so that anybody can play it and not have to spend a single cent on it. But the whales that do play it and enjoy it enough to want to like customize their suits out to go into the high leagues with good skills and whatnot, they can go in, do their thing, we get the money, we get the server money so that this game can continue going, and there you go. So long as there's no like predatory actions of trying to like, make it very difficult to get the currency to buy certain things, that's fine. Like, maybe, like, complete a match and you get, like, a decent, like 5 cheap items you get in the beginning. When you get further, it gets to, like, 1 match gives you 3. Then 1 match can give you, like, 1 or something. You, like, build up your character. And every match you get new... if you win, that is. Every match you win, you get new stuff. And there's an offline mode for those that don't like playing with humans, with bots and whatnot. Good bots. It's like Super Smash Brothers bots, except these bots have varying levels that make them play like actual pro players once you get to a very specific point. To a point where they're almost impossible to beat unless your head is like really in the game. You got the right pieces, your accuracy is pinpoint. You start shooting, the bots will immediately flick turn their freaking entire bodies around like somebody doing this, like that, and will start shooting as soon as they see you in their screen. It's like you're playing with somebody hopped up on freaking crack and meth all at once, except these guys, these bots, have cognizant abilities to be able to recognize where they're at, what they're doing, and what their next plan is. While also like navigating the map with advanced AI pathfinding things. Even the most jankiest map that people make, they will find a way that they deem is the best. They will utilize the map to find all the environmental hazards and triggers in order to use them against the enemy. They would be the most painful AI in the world to deal with. Worse than Mike Tyson's Punch-Out AI. Who at the time is pretty difficult to beat, even though I don't know it because I've only seen people do it. primarily because of how simplistic the controls are. That would be more complex, but I imagine it's possible if people put in the time and effort to code it. Figure out the best way to code it. Sure, it would be a pain in the ass, but it would make it so that the game its main selling point is it's got the most difficult bot you play against. And of course, there's a story mode. I feel like that would be good to have a story mode where you're up against bots, and it teaches you how to play the game and how to effectively play it without having to, like, litter the lobbies of online matchmaking, so, you know, you take the time to train with other people. No, you'll train with bots. It'll be quick, easy, till it goes up. If I were to, like, put a difficulty level on the bots maxed out on campaign mode, it would probably be, like, 7 or 6. If 7, 8, and 9 are like the most difficult ones, but like 7's like the next step up is probably like what would be maybe the final boss, where it's just a 1v1 against you and the final boss, but the final boss is specially outfitted to be extremely tanky and only have 1 life. But you gotta like utilize like mobility. I was gonna say movement, but mobility abilities and whatnot. That was redundant. Stop scratching the box. Or wherever the fuck you were scratching. You were scratching something. But you would use mobilities while the boss has like a shotgun or something. And the more you customize, the easier the campaign will be slightly, but it will only help you a little bit because the campaign is still going to be a little bit more difficult when dealing with AI. I would say that would be a cool thing to have for a particular kind of arcade shooter, both with the ability to customize your character, guns, and arenas, similar to Mod Nation Racers. Thing with Time Splitters is it has like a whole bunch of characters, at least in Future Perfect. In Future Perfect, there were so many that I can remember, and I don't really remember all of them. The ones that I do remember, not including Cortez or Cortex or whatever his name was, Sergeant Cortez, and that one girl who was in the second game, but I barely really made much progress in that one. I wish I could complete it, so I can go back into it and complete that game. But there's Angel Forge that I remember, that Jester girl who I can't remember, definitely her. I can't quite remember anyone else. Angel Forge, you know, one with the mask and that robot shut up timeline with Future Perfect story. Shush! You know you can probably get out of that entire timeline without any of the characters dying? The one with the robots. I think I did that once. I think it might be even be an achievement. Yeah. Well, needless to say, that's a game that should definitely come back in the limelight at some point. Maybe, hell, who knows if I can freaking get it on the PC, and hopefully without this computer's GPU being a piece of crap, unable to run it, mayhaps I can play it on, video and whatnot. Showing me building maps, showing me making arcade maps and whatnot, playing with bots. I would mostly prefer playing with bots, because PvP is not my thing. I don't really care about that. PvP is so frustrating, though. Just something about it is just rage-inducing. Oh, yeah, I was shading the right one. I did make some similar game in Game Maker, but the only thing it really had was just the arcade aspect. I tried doing, if I remember correctly, the gun customization, but that was a pain in the ass to do. I didn't know how to do it. Now I feel like I might be able to potentially do something similar, but for like, single player instead. Because using like saves and figuring out like how to, grab certain saves and data of where certain parts of a gun is and whatnot is actually pretty easy. I think, yeah, you can save positions. You can save, like, where things are. Assuming that all the pieces in the gun, like it would be like a empty gun load slot. That would just be there, and any adjustments you make in a, weapon creating thing will showcase there. I guess the only other issue would be is how would I, would I be able to get an infinite amount of slots saved for the guns? Is it like a case where we just have a small amount, or we just have, like, some save files or whatnot that we can utilize? Or there's a way you can have the game, like, modify the files. Well, that would probably be Trojan-esque, but to modify the file so that it looks at, a certain spot, grab the information, and then showcase what it could showcase with the guns that you've got in the department. I do say I think I could at least make a mock-up of it at some point. Once I've gotten to the point where I've made a decent amount of games. It'll take a while. Paint Maze is definitely going to take a while. Right now we have the minimap finished. There's still some more HUD elements that I gotta do, UI and whatnot. I gotta do an achievement pop-up. Achievements are basically just, game-specific, not file-specific. Yeah, there's the achievement pop-up, there's the voice log section. Try to, at the very least, get that somewhat set up. Aside from that, well, yeah, they're still making the world map, but to make the world map, I need to get all the levels in the first zone completed. Then I gotta rearrange all the stuff in the thing, and then we'll be golden. I still gotta make music for the main menu, or start menu, I should say. As well as maybe try to adjust the first zone's music a little bit. And then there is the second zone's music. I hope I can get to that at some point. I feel like I should be able to, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I can get a lot of time here in between now and then, but there's still so much that I have to do before that. And then there's also still that landscape and scenery drawing that I want to get done with, so I at the very least have, like, that finished. Yeah, needless to say, there's still a lot that has to get done with, so I'm not getting as much of a head start as I'd hoped. I don't even know how much I need to get. In terms of this, I theoretically should be able to get it done with on a Friday. Theoretically speaking. I mean, yeah, right? Friday. Later tonight, Friday. For me, at least, not for you. For you guys, later tonight is whenever it is you've watched this. But not time-wise. Time-wise, for me, it's later tonight into Friday. Alongside that, I also got to record Tales of Berseria, Sonic Adventures 2, and maybe even Plate-Up now that we're going into the coffee run. We'll see. I feel like this shouldn't take too much longer to get done with. It really doesn't feel like it's going to take that much longer. All things considered. Once we've gotten the shading and texturing done with, which should probably only take us like 2 hours maybe. I mean, let's see. Almost 40 minutes have passed and we haven't even finished shading in these two yet. It's fine. We're making progress, and that's what matters. I don't even think most of that is shown, so it should be fine. Oh yeah, and then there's also still all of these no-faced guys in the background. No-faced, no-named. Except for this one character, but that character's just there for shits and giggles, really. And I'm sure you've already seen the character. I'm sure you've already seen them just standing in the background. No, that's the wrong shoe layer. Give me the boots. I don't know why I called it boots. These are not boots. But it's fine. It doesn't matter. I think that's all of you. I mean, maybe like... Well, if anything, I should probably try to make this one look more like that. That is still the downside to the layers that I've got going here. What the hell? Psst. Okay, you're in the back. I thought you were somewhere else. Sound like you were in the walls for a second there, Cat. I was about to say, how the hell did you do that? I don't know if I got all of these, or if I did, I didn't get all of them. Yes, well, should be fine. Not that much here anyways. If there's anything I could probably do here, I could probably try to make this, like, combine a slight bit more. Make it not too, you know, indented. Shush. How the hell are you still in heat, Cat? Would you get out of it? Don't nudge the computer. Okay, there's you, I think, maybe. Now there's you. More of Kiyomi, obviously, because she is the main character's friend. I wouldn't say love interest, since I think he's just gonna see her as a friend for the most part, but who knows, maybe something could change. This isn't a series about love, this is a series about body horror, devils, and death. We might not see any death this episode, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be a gruesome series. Simply put, really, it's left up to interpretation for now. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I probably should do this. Yeah, with all the things that I gotta do in freaking August. I'm not getting as huge of a head start as I would have liked. I mean, I could definitely probably try to get that landscape and scenery drawing done with pretty quickly. But I think I need to work on the hardcore mature drawing first and get that done with first and foremost. Which, theoretically, I should hopefully be able to get somewhat done with on a Friday and then post it on a Saturday and then work on, you know, all the things that I gotta do with the landscapes and scenery, and then we're basically just back on track again. You know, if it wasn't for the stupid Saturday and Sunday that they took from me, I would have been able to have gotten more finished. Shush. What the hell? Oh, for crying out loud, don't you dare tell me. It's fine. Let me go to ear, let me delete it, and let me just do this. So many issues. There's just so many issues. And I've got one on my shoulder right now. Shush. I don't need you scratching up my shirt because you're a freaking clog ripper. But yes. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, I got a lot of things that I gotta get done with. That's right. So many things. Going into August, mostly. And these things of which I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fully get done with. It won't be easy. Primarily because, A, there's at least a few long ones here. Stop it. I'm going to move my phone because you keep stepping right when I push you off. Also, let me check something real quick. Yeah, I gotta highlight your eyes a little bit more so it's bright. There's a few complex drawings, as well as some simplistic ones, but there's still a lot of complexity that makes it a bit more of a pain for me to try to get it all done with. Like the 9th episode of Elementals Reborn showing up. The 19th episode, I think, of Adventurous Ami that's also going to show up. The 10th episode of Nova Guardians. Poster drawing, quote-unquote poster, because it's not really a poster, showcasing a series that I'm going to be making for mature series and whatnot. In comic cover form. Like the form that we're doing right now. Basically. Aside from that, well, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Can't remember. I mean, yeah, there's one simple one, and then there's one that I think I'm going to do with Return to the Islands, third part in the Horrorcore Mature Drawing series. I think that one's going to involve Heather. Yep. Yes, sirree. Shush. Aside from that, I'm not entirely too sure. I think there's just like maybe a landscapes and scenery drawing. Might be some others and animals drawings. Who knows? Let me see something for a second. Yeah. Her hair looks slightly different here, primarily because of the way the effects were in the first one. So it's not going to look as like, you know, it's not going to look like the same color that we had before. Well, I guess maybe make it darker so it's not like completely light. So it's not like taken over by light, you know? I could at least try to mix or match the top here. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of characters I gotta draw in Nova Guardians next episode. And the next episode after that. The next one, I'm not sure if that one's going to be as complex, but there is definitely going to be an interesting cover for that one. Yeah. Can't wait to continue these series, though. This one and Lustful Horror are the ones that I'm most looking forward to. Because there are some pretty messed up things here in this series, and even the Lustful Horrors one, that I cannot wait to get to. Pretty messed up. This one for the body horror, Lustful Horrors for other means. I mean, now that the threat has been shown in Lustful Horror... Oh, right! And how could I forget? There's also Lustful Horrors happening in August. The next episode of that coming out, the second, which I feel like shouldn't be as complex, but we'll see. Oh yeah, and after the Horrorcore Mature Drawing and the landscapes and scenery drawing is done with, we got a very special mature drawing coming out that I am actually looking forward to making just to see what it's going to feel like. Definitely is going to be interesting, to say the least. It's be the first thing that I've ever done, at least. So, yeah. We'll see what occurs. But as it stands right now, currently, we'll keep it as a secret. And then after that, it's Reginald's Macabre Cases. Not too difficult. Man, I thought I was going to get so much more done with it this week, but I failed to realize just how complex the things that I needed to get done with took. I don't know what that freaking sentence was. I've lost my train of thought, but you get my point. I underestimated how long it would have taken to have gotten, not getting, your dumbass brain, 3 series, both 22-minute read and imagines and complex cover images. Because you've seen the last episode with Elementals Reborn's 8th episode. That had Gwyneth, Domodora, Alexander, who the name we have given to him now, and Kai, alongside with the 4 bandits who still are named Bandits 1 through 4. Remember those guys from episode 4? That's right. Well, if you've seen that last episode of Our Time, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. But regardless, if you've seen this, if you've only seen this one, and you haven't seen that one yet, well, there you go. Anyways, yeah, that's only like the ones that you've seen so far. You haven't seen Adventurous Army, which makes sense because that's a Subscribe Star exclusive drawing with the story attached to it and all. I might have an idea for the next hardcore mature drawing, but I need to get it done with at least all in one night. Then on Saturday, I'll post it with the story, and then we'll have a new series coming. A little mini-series, not like full-on series, because it's not like anything similar to Adventurous Army or what the other series they made. No, it's basically just something to have in place of the standalones of the standalone department for the OCs I've made, original characters and whatnot. Which is funny, because I got like a lot more OCs. Matter of fact, I could probably just look and show you, or at least not show you. You obviously cannot see it, but that's fine. Shush! Well, it's not like it's matter, as nothing is being shown anyways. Yeah, in the fan art department, there's only 8. There's only 8 drawings right now. And currently, if I have saved everything on here, there's 44 images, which means there is 36 OC drawings that have occurred throughout the Subscribe Star department. So, obviously, clearly, it's mostly focusing on my own creations. Which is good, because that means I have plausible deniability in the sense that the characters aren't being the main face and cover of the certain thing. But people have been doing it for ages, so I don't see what difference that would make. There's this one person who made an animation of Samus Aran, and they charged money for it. So I can't imagine why that would be an issue if it's just someone as small as me in that department. Besides, it's not like it's an actual game, it's just a character undergoing a certain scenario and circumstances with the 8 that I've got so far. So we've at least got our own little setup with our own OCs and whatnot, which is great. Whoops. Oh, and as I was talking about with the whole, that last episode had 8 characters. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 characters to draw here. Granted, most of these characters in the background don't have a lot going on with them because they are unnamed and unimportant characters who don't have any reason to be there outside of just a crowd surrounding the group here. They will probably be shrouded by the fog layer that we usually have, so that they don't make the main focal point of the drawing here. Which would make sense. And again, we went through the counting portion. Did you notice anybody familiar in the background, just standing there doing their own thing? Failed to guess? Don't worry, you still got time. I'm going to go through all the characters there, and I'm going to shade them in, and you will see who I'm talking about when I start working on it. And if you don't see, well, I'll just tell you it. I do find it hilarious that the character that I'm talking about is in this particular universe, but maybe not actually them. Because this universe is more gruesome. If you've seen Tokyo Ghoul, then you'll know that this series is also going to be just as gruesome. Yes, indeed. Yes, of course. Aside from that, it's a whole lot of religious aspect, making you question your own faith and whatnot as you see how morally gray most of the people are fighting on the side of God. You've seen it already. There's no spoilers there. Whoops. with Shinichi over there with his moon scythe and his just crude attitude and, you know, murdering of the devils. Not even a, what do you call it? No care in the world with the devils. Just doing his own thing. Is everything here right? Yeah. Sometimes you gotta remind yourself where the hands are supposed to go, because I have had at least a few occasions where the hand is in the wrong direction. And it's annoying. You'll think, oh, you've done it enough to where the hand should always be right, right? No. No, that's not the case, unfortunately. Sometimes you mess it up, sometimes you gotta do this or do other kinds of things and whatnot to figure out what pose you want for your hand and where exactly should everything go if you like mirror it. It can be a pain, but it's worth it in the end. Okay. So there's this one thing that I want to talk about that's been very confusing to me. I have ever played it on the channel here. I might not ever play it because, it's not really my thing at some point. Five Nights at Freddy's. The whole lore and in-universe sequence of that entire series. It's confusing, isn't it? I haven't really seen too much with it in terms of outside of like Markiplier playing the games. That is not until I started watching MatPat, or at the very least the GT Live channel, not the actual like theories thing. At least something long to have on in the background while I do long drawings like these and whatnot. And I gotta say, the lore of that series is rather confusing. I wouldn't even know where to begin to put it together. But apparently there's something to do with an AI machine mimicking itself, or mimicking Afton or some shit, because it wants to try to like replicate the feeling of a family that it used to have. Who knows, really, I don't really know. Nor do I really care that much. There's something about like some other guy's daughter who was kidnapped and apparently by Afton, who apparently made her his own child or something, which doesn't make any sense when they're like close colleagues. But I guess if, you know, you keep them hidden from the person and, you know, that person never sees them again, then I guess, yeah, maybe it is pretty easy to hide that from them. And then there's the whole virus because of the AI trying, I don't know, something like mimicry, a machine trying to, I just feel like somehow in the end of this entire series, FNAF is just going to be like Skynet with freaking animatronics roaming the street, finding anybody they can kill, and there's just going to be like this entire military game where you play as a, you know, a military guy shooting a bunch of these freaking... it's like a FNAF version of F.E.A.R, basically. If I remember F.E.A.R from the very small amounts of times that I've played it, because I don't think I've played it as much. I just remember the soldiers being a pain in the ass to kill at one point, but that was young me. Current me? Well, it depends. I haven't played shooters in a long time, and I'm hoping when I go into Warframe, at some point I'll be back into the game of, you know, flick shooting, get their accuracy down and all that stuff. Hard to say it, but, you know, I digress. I feel like at the end goal here, if that even is going to be the case, is where Scott makes a F.E.A.R-based FNAF game, where you're basically just, you know, roaming the streets, a whole bunch of killer animatronics that were, like, created from this AI system, and you got, like, this creepy AI version of, I don't know, Charlie, or a rabbit suit, or whoever, if you really want to get right down to the, you know, mimicry of F.E.A.R, you can use a ghost of Charlie or something, or the virus of Charlie or some shit. Sure, why the hell not? The series is already going down a realm of batshit insanity. why not go down the route of mimicking another game while you're at it? It would be kind of thematic when you think about it, in all honesty. Well, either way, I feel like that would be an interesting game that I might buy, you know, a nice F.E.A.R-inspired FNAF game where it's basically a shooter. That would make sense, a FNAF shooter. I vaguely remember Matt joking about that, but it's not too far off when you think about FNAF being, you know, a F.E.A.R parody of, you know, the mimic AI creating a bunch of endoskeletons that take the form of these decrepit and horrifying beasts that roam the streets. I mean, I guess the only difference here is you're not dealing with these soldiers who are trying to kill you, but rather just animatronics that are running at you when you're trying to shoot them, and they're like bullet sponges, but you gotta like shoot them. Like, why not take some aspects of Dead Space and have like you shooting their joints to like dismember them and make them not a threat, but they're still technically alive because you just destroyed their limbs. You didn't kill them. You just made them immobile. Oh, Christ! All of the animatronics that you shot gathered together in a massive blob, creating that blob underneath the security breach sector. Yeah, that's right, kids. All your favorite animatronics together to create the, what the hell was that thing called again? The Leviathan? Whatever that giant mash that Isaac Clarke shot into space and then shot into space again once it latched onto an antenna. And then killed on the planet once it decided, you know what, fuck space, I'm going back to the planet and now I'm getting revenge or some shit. No, that may be funny. Look, I'm just spitballing ideas here. I feel like that would be a pretty cool, like, you know, game idea. Like Scott, you know, collabed with, I don't know, some good FPS horror shooters out there to create a F.E.A.R-inspired FNAF game that also takes aspects of Dead Space, put it together, upgrade your own gun, sure, why not? Go all out on it. Have, like, upgrade gun node systems. If we're trying to mimic so many games right over here, we might as well go all out in mimicry. Crafting system. Take the crafting system of, I don't know, Last of Us? Sure. Or, well, if we're going by the horror game aspect, it would be Last of Us. So yeah, crafting of that game, the upgrading of Dead Space, the thematic theme-esque thing with F.E.A.R. It's right there, Scott. It's all right there. Assuming that he's going down the route of, you know, the AI creating an army of animatronics, taking the form of these horrific, monstrous beings that you as a military man shoots. Or hell, you can go to Resident Evil route and have one of the remaining cast members who are actively trying to fight against this virus. I don't know who's alive. Is Mike dead? Is Henry dead? Who else is alive to make this happen? I don't know, just add Soldier Man. We got Doom Guy, why not add Soldier Man? Or, I don't know, Boom Man? Nah, that's too close to Doom. What the hell? Oh, and when you shoot and when you destroy their freaking joints, we'll have a Doom-style finisher that allows you to basically get, like, I don't know, what if you're also an animatronic, but you're trying to kill them, so you stop, like, the virus or some shit, then. Doing a finisher on an animatronic basically kills the animatronic's little power source, and you absorb it into your own, and, you know, boom. You got your own guns as a machine. You got, like, the military trying to shoot you. There's your F.E.A.R-inspired military men trying to shoot you. Because you're an animatronic. But they don't realize that you're on their side. But you don't have much of a choice but to kill them. Maybe there would be a secret, like, ending where if you don't if you don't kill a single soldier and do, like, take the stealth of Deus Ex, of course. Where you stealth around the soldiers as best as you can as a clunking animatronic. Unless you're like an android of like a, I don't know, whatever the hell Gregory is supposed to be, according to Matt's robot theory. Take that of what other soldier guy is being made to kill off these animatronics, and then just go on ahead, bang, bang, boom, you got yourself stealth mechanic in the shooting game. And if you go stealth and don't kill a single person, you unlock a special ending. I don't know what kind of ending that would be, but you know what? It's an ending idea, and it gives you a reason to not want to just outright kill people. You think, why are they killing me? Oh, and you find out later in the game, that's because I am technically an animatronic. I am not a person. But it wouldn't make any sense if you were someone like an android. I don't know. I'm sure whoever would be in charge of creating that would be able to figure something out. I probably should put this underneath the neck. I don't think that's going to... Yeah, I shouldn't. Ideas here, folks. We're spitballing ideas. I feel like it's the perfect idea. We're still recording sound, right? Yep. Just need to make sure, because I had some pretty funny dialogue once before in this cactus drawing of a cat. Her cactus... cat driving a car through a desert while I was talking about cactuses and stuff. Or cacti. Which sucked because stupid Windows updated the sound drivers, and OBS can't just automatically pick up the new ones. No, I gotta recalibrate it. Shut up. Well, whoops. Regardless, I feel like that would be a pretty fun idea. Hey, if you want to take FNAF into the next level, turn it into an FPS similar to F.E.A.R, with like many different mechanics taken from other horror games. It really would go in with the theme of mimics and whatnot, right? I like whatever, like the mimics saw all the horror-based stuff and it was like, you know what? I like that. And then it like created a world surrounding it, or at least influenced the world surrounding it to take that kind of inspiration. And you're out there also trying to take inspiration of that by upgrading and crafting, and now you're out there trying to kill off this virus. We just call it FNAF. F period, A period, N period, and F. I don't know if there was a period after that. What was the, hold on. F.E.A.R. Acronym. What was it called again? False evidence appearing real. Okay, we can call it something like, not like Five Nights at Freddy's, but it would probably be a, well, we could use false. Wait, no, FNAF. Okay, false, I was going to say Nendroids, but that's something else that already exists. False, nonsensical animatronic fiends. That could work. False, nefarious animatronic fiends. Yes, of course. Perfect. You don't even have to change the name or add anything else. Just do F period N period A period F period false nefarious animatronic fiends. Sure, it doesn't go with the whole naming scheme of, you know, the unique naming scheme, but, you know, this is a spin-off of a series where the animatronics are going, you know, Terminator style, and now everybody knows about it. The world's in panic as, you know, is like locked down. The streets are freaking filled with monstrous animatronics roaming the streets looking to kill off anyone due to their programming, ripping off limbs. You'll just see a lot of people hanging off of like street poles or wires with their entire bodies like dismembered or whatnot. It'll be a good gore-based game too. You really want to go down to the horror-based aspect? Just show off gore. At that point, Five Nights at Freddy's isn't a children's game anymore. No. It is literally an FPS horror shooter. And at that point, I feel like you can just go balls to the walls with gore and all the horror analogies. Really just show how much of a horror game FNAF can truly be by showing the gruesomeness of it all. Oh man, that would be freaking awesome. I really hope they do that. We could do the Timmy Turner freaking, please God, let this be real, because that would be very fucking funny. Yes. It would be funny. But it would also be cool too. We would have to, of course, make sure that the developers making the game is actually good developers who know how to make games and aren't being rushed to get it out. Don't want another security breach now, do we? I don't know if they would make it similar to what that game was, or it was linear, or if they want to make it open world. Well, it was like the Evil Within style kind of open world. So there's like some linear bits, but there's also a decent amount of, what's the word? How the hell did I forget? Open world. Man, we're just gathering all the inspirations from all the horror games just to be able to make this one FPS game of this one jump scare game from long ago that just, it kept going. It makes me wonder if Scott was like somebody who was like didn't have much to his name, just started making this, and was like, you know what, that was good, and then like started getting traction, and that's when his popularity spun off. That's when he got like all the money he needs to be able to live life happy, but he continues to create because creators create. Am I right? Even if I had all the money in the world, I would still be creating. I'm out here living off the inspiration of Markiplier mostly, but all the other creators that continue to create. I feel sorry for the creators out there whose creations get muddled because of these executive douche nozzles. Which, changing the topic now to something that occurred recently that really grinds my gears. So you've heard about that strike that's been going on, right? Well, I'll tell you I'm on the side of the strikers, obviously, because I am a creator after all, and I want other creators to be able to create their own thing. Good or bad, they better be getting good pay for it, because AI can go suck it. It can be used as a tool, but if you're trying to use it to replace people, that's no good. I'm fine with it being a tool that people can use if they want, they have the skill to, at the very least, manipulate the thing to adjust some things up. That's somewhat fine, but those who are trying to fully replace it with, AI, and those replacing with AI, that's just not fine. My stance on that is put in some goddamn work and effort in your own creativity. If you're not creative, pick up a pencil or a Photoshop even. Just mess around with it. I mean, you've seen the things that I have made. I will even give you an example of the progress that I have made throughout the course of several years. Criteria is a very good example because this one looks pretty cool. The background here, simplistic enough, but the foreground here, a lot of stuff going on. That example, followed by something like, I need to go to a different folder because the good ones are the mature drawings, oddly enough. What is the best? I'm almost accidentally about the... Okay, yeah, this one. This one's a good example. Thematic to what we're working on here. We went from, let's see, another horror drawing. Ah, yes, perfect. Another one mostly resemblance to, Tokyo Ghoul due to the Japanese kanji, which probably aren't the same, as well as the eyes. We went from this, which still looks pretty good, but not really as good, to something like this, which is more clean and precise. And then there was stuff like this zombie over here. This is one of the first album drawings that I've ever made. And now we're like at here and here. It took time, but I got my style down, and look at me now, creating series. Obviously, I'm not on strike for myself, since this is not making any money, and this is literally my own time and effort being put into this. So there's no reason for me to really, strike my own creations, obviously. Similar to like with Markiplier is doing with Iron Lung. Yeah, he's a part of the group, but he's not going to strike on himself. He was the one who made his creation. I'm sure you understand. But anyways, yeah, back to the conversation at hand here. These fools literally paid somebody to violate tree labor laws, or whatever the hell it's called. Something about tree laws that end up with them cutting down an entire leaves on a tree, trimming it, and removing any potential form of shade and the heat. And they're trying to say that they do this every year, but they don't. There's evidence that they don't. which is pretty freaking evil when you think about it. It's so disgusting that there are people out there who are so evil when it comes to wanting to force people to go back into a work that doesn't even pay as well. It's terrible. It's not ethical. It's just not right. You know what I mean? Aside from that, of course, there is the whole, all the dumb people out there, brain dead, brain rot, who are for some reason so hell-bent on being on the billionaires' side. Despite the fact that those billionaires couldn't. I don't know if my int part was hearable, because it was like couldn't, or not even with the cunt. Yes, cunt. I don't think they give two shits about you guys. They're not going to be like, thanks for protecting our interest. Here's $1 billion. No, they're going to laugh at you, point, and be like, these fools will eat anything up. Watch. Oh, boo-hoo, our entire freaking wallets are falling out of our hands, and there goes all of our money, because these workers are lazy. Boo-hoo. Please give us some kind of condolences while we get through this difficult time. And they're like, oh yeah, don't worry, big brother guy or whatever the fuck you are compared to anything else I've worshipped because I'm a freaking sheep. Don't worry, I got you covered. Even though I'm not going to give you money. Give me some money, man. I did everything I could to help you guys out here. I tossed a tomato at one of them there strikers. What do you mean you ain't giving me billions of dollars, man? I was on your side. Oh, no, maybe I gotta do more. That's probably the reason why I do more. I just gotta show that I have the initiative. That's the only thing I could think of with these idiots who are literally thinking they're smarter than everybody else, but they aren't. They're just being vulgar, vile pieces of shit that don't care about creativity whatsoever. Creation is important. Without creation, we'd be bored as fuck living in an era where there's barely anything to do. If nobody was creative enough, we wouldn't have sports, we wouldn't have shows, we wouldn't have games, we wouldn't even have, cool art pieces to look at. And there are these, two teenagers that are, trying to destroy this one guy's sand sculpture because they're either drunk or just idiotic. Oh god, no. That one TikTok trend with the freaking NPC nonsense. I ain't doing that shit. I don't care if it's easy money. I ain't doing it. My creativity is what I want to pride myself on, not the nonsense that is trends. I mean, hell, I barely even follow trends. Not even in the art world do I ever really follow trends. I kind of just do my own thing. Obviously. But because of the way everything is in the world, if you don't follow a trend, you're not going to get a whole lot of attention. Which kind of sucks. Wish I could do my own thing. But it's fine now. I am doing my own thing. I just wish I could do my own thing and get a decent amount of attention out of it so I can get somewhere with it. Oh, although I would say it's probably for the best that we hold off on that until all these big companies get their shit together and stop being greedy little pieces of shit. That's the issue. They're so greedy. And of course, it's very harmful for anybody wanting to try to get into any creativity stuff. It'll be very difficult to do so without a bunch of these douche nozzles having all the power. And they'll probably want to try to take your creation. Try to do everything within your power to be like, if I can't have full control over my own creation, then I don't want it. If you want to work with me in getting this animated or in making manga panels for it and whatnot, or comic panels, depending on what you're doing, then I require full control. No ifs, ands, or buts. I can continue creating it even after its run is over. I can continue doing whatever I want with it. No matter what. Even if it's canceled for some reason, I can still continue doing it. Do not give full ownership of your own creations, lest you risk losing it to these greedy fools. That's the idea. You can't trust anybody in that particular kind of power, despite the fact that if you do want to get anywhere in that department, you do have to work with them. From what I've seen so far, they're very stubborn and very spiteful. At the very least in the Hollywood department. Maybe not all of them are like that, but it's hard to say, really. It's good not to trust all of these people who could potentially just steal all of your crap because they have the lawyers to write up the most confusing contract. If you were to ever get into a situation where your creations get noticed by somebody big, make sure you hire a lawyer to read all the contracts, read all the fine prints, and tell them what you want to know. Is it going to take away all my creativity in it? Do I keep the rights to my own creation? Or is this contract trying to take all of it away from me so that they can have it themselves? That is the issue that you've got to try to look out for. I'm not talking from experience, but I can pretty much just say that there is a lot of stories out there that you can read of people who lose their own creations to big studios. I would say SpongeBob's a kind of good example with that behind closed doors book that they have leaked or unleashed or whatever. They did something to make it noticeable. And all of this Hollywood nonsense where they barely get much. The animators writing up these vulgar versions of the characters that they made hidden from everyone. Even the porn, the porn vault for Disney. Even that has some things to it. Where it's a whole bunch of people who wants to draw it to get out of their system due to the greed of the company. It makes sense. Man. You just think about all the nonsense that occurred in Hollywood and all the terrible, terrible people that also came from it. So many things that came out of it that I can vaguely recall the characters, the people in mind. One, of course, being Diane Schneider, that guy. There's Bill Cosby, that's another one. You wouldn't think would be where he's at now, but he is. Unfortunately, he is. Unfortunately, he couldn't just refrain himself. The intrusive thoughts got to him. And now look at where he's at. Jail. Okay, that is doing a thing, and it's just not. Shut up! And we got Corey, I think, Corey in the house, who apparently had some charges. Don't exactly remember what it was. It's an old story anyways, so I don't really remember too much about it. Stop it. Can't forget about Drake. From Drake and Joss. Definitely had some problems there, didn't he? Yep. Oh, and even Ezra Miller. Can't forget about that recent one. Freaking so many things occurring in Hollywood. And there was that one long ago with Britney Spears. There's just so many things. Will Smith slapping, what was his name? Chris Rock. There's that one funny, what do you call it, of him just going, oh, sugar, honey, iced tea, as the thing just shows Will Smith in Oscar form, with the fishtail, I think it was called, where he just swims at Marty. The memes in that was funny. The Minecraft one was even funnier and impressive how they were able to make a rag doll of it, but I digress. Oh yeah, there's that Corinne Behringer, or whatever the hell her name was. The ukulele girl. That's another one. There is, to an extent, I guess, but this is not a bad one. Chris Hansen primarily because he's been through so much shit in the interviewing department that he probably wishes he could do normal interviews. But he's got a reputation now where if you see him and he's about to do an interview and you're like, oh shit, what did I do? I swear I didn't do anything. He probably is not really too... I mean, it's like his bread and butter at this point. It makes sense. And it also makes sense that he would still continue to do that because there's still a lot of people out there going out of their way to meet little boys and girls. Instead of going for a man's butt. Or a woman's butt, but that's... Depending on your context there, that's a gateway to rape. Unless it's consensual, in which case, go nuts. But no, seriously, on the spectrum of, having to interview all of these freaks, probably isn't really too happy that he can't do any normal interviews. Which I can respect. Right? Having to deal with the same excuse, the same story. I'd imagine if somebody went up to him and say like, alright, yeah, you caught me, I was planning on doing this, he'd be like, okay, alright, that's good, that's done, bring in the next one. And be like, man, I appreciate that guy making this easier on me. I didn't have to hear a single excuse. I mean, at that point, what the hell are they going to do? Their lives are already screwed, so they might as well just be like, alright, you got me. Fools. The fools, a lot of them. You're already screwed. You're already dim and double screwed. Just make the man's life easier and just be like, yeah, that's right, go to jail. Alright, here I go. I'm gonna go now. Kind of deal. Yeah, like a lot of people who have had some like pretty, stressful things occurring to them in the past. Another one being Jeanette McCurry. That's primarily because all the stuff with her mother. Diane, hold her tighter. She's a fighter, Snyder. Which it seems as though he's mostly just guilty of giving underage children alcohol. Because apparently the guy who played Beck was like gored out of his mind either from a whole bunch of weed or a whole bunch of alcohol. Don't recall. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Use that Google search engine. So a lot of messed up things that occur in Hollywood that people, good and bad, are a part of. And the good are the part of mainly because it is a product of the bad. Like, you can't really blame somebody like Jeanette being pretty jealous of, someone like Ariana Grande, because from what I've seen and from what I remember from the excerpts, she got off easy. Ariana did. She didn't, suffer the full fatal blow of the Snyder. Not, Snyderverse. It helps to differentiate it from Dan to the other Schneider, who I can't remember. What's that Schneider's name again? I don't know, he probably doesn't like that his name is similar to him. Oh, maybe I don't know. It's hard to say. Most of the big Hollywood guys are, with each other, but there are some that are against each other, so it's hard to really say. It's hard to say. There's just a lot of stuff in that world that neither me or you can really fully understand. And when we see it, it's like a spectacle, a clown show, a circus. A lot of people cling on to certain things, and people of status thinking maybe they'll get some special treatment, but they don't. You gotta understand your own limitation. You're not the main character of your own story. Unless, of course, you are creating your own story and you decide to make yourself the main character. But I have yet to do that. Technically speaking, yeah, I've not done that at all. The only drawings I've ever made of me was a couple. Whether it be... Well, technically, yes, there is one, but one that hasn't been shown on DeviantArt. Well, technically, the character was shown on DeviantArt, just not, all the things that go along with it. But I digress. In reality, you are not the main character. Matter of fact, can't really say that anybody here is really the main character. Unless you're looking at it from a universal perspective and you try to look out and see, oh, I wonder who the creator of this particular world is and why they created it. Only to find out it's actually an alien race far away from here and we're just the fill-in, the leftovers who, were made after the alien created its little series on its own planet elsewhere in the galaxy, where Earth is not even a freaking thing on its radar. That would be hilarious if none of us are the main characters, but it's actually some alien from a far-off planet, because an alien made this universe. I guess technically that wouldn't be too far off. I mean, when I make these universes and stories and whatnot, what's happening outside of it? Clearly, like how we expect there might be life out there in our universe, clearly, there has to be some life out there in this universe. And you can't draw and create every single character. Basically, what it's doing is it's filling in the blanks and then adding in all of those characters as it sees fits. And we are most likely the fill-ins. Or side characters. Who knows? For all we know, there is some mastermind creative expert in the universes that we've created that we don't even realize. Like there's some random guy in a Marvel universe who's just creating his own version of a Marvel universe. But, we don't see it. It's like a recursion of creations going completely off the rails. We don't see the person creating it. Most likely there's a universe version of me creating more things in the Marvel universe using the superheroes and villains as inspirations for that particular universe. Because being an average citizen there doesn't really do much of anything unless you're in like a very common place where crime takes place in. And like DC universe, that would be Gotham. That's really the only thing I know of that universe and Marvel. Well, isn't there Metro City with Superman? No, that's DC still. I don't know anything about Marvel. I think I've only ever really fully watched DC-based stuff. Like, Superman is DC, right? Marvel is Spider-Man, right? So yeah, New York City, with freaking a lot of villains there doing their own thing. I think? I don't know. Look, they're like both semi-similar particular properties that are both superhero movies, I think. I mean, you got Spider-Man. Isn't Spider-Man? Because there was like, Marvel's Avenger, that one game that I was playing that had Captain America, Spider-Man, Black Widow, I think. There was like several more. No, I don't remember. There were several more, but I don't remember. Thor, I think. Doesn't help that I'm not really fully adept. Oh, so how long have I been at this? An hour and a half, Jesus. It also doesn't help that I'm not fully adept in that particular universe. Oh, I already did you. Wait a minute, I already did you guys. I just went over to the... Right, okay, that's... What have I missed down here? That, this, that, and some of that, but not all of that. Alright, I'll just start on you then, I guess. So yes, in the universes that people have created, where we are not the main focal point, somewhere out there, those like me who've created a whole bunch are creating even more. Unless you're from a continent that got blown up. So if you're from Russia or something, in the Steven Universe, you probably got blown up. Or you evacuated, went to the USA, and there went Russia. But you're still alive, maybe. And now you're creating. Needless to say, yeah, there's just endless amounts of possibilities of all of us in all the different types of universes. Creating our creations and whatnot. Doing our thing, living our own lives. And who's to say the same doesn't apply to us right here in this universe? Yeah, to say the least, we ain't the main character. We don't know who the main character could possibly be. Now, unless we had the ability to travel to the universe that created our universe and meet the person who created our universe, which could be, somebody, don't know who, then I'm afraid we may never know. And even if we do know, does it really matter? Because the main character has their own lives, but everybody else in that universe has their own lives as well. It's just that the main character is filled with either tragedy, misery, happiness, slice of life. Could be anything, really. We could be left out of it. And I'm going to go in the opposite direction. I'm saving the best for last. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. At least last for the background characters, not these, the guys up top, or the girls up top, I should say, since there's not a single guy there, are going to be drawn or shaded in last. There we are. So yes, the strike and all that stuff. That's where we started talking about. Why not? If these greedy producers could just, give them what they want and pay them fairly. Oh, I know, it's Mr. Krabs meme where he's just like, pay us fairly? Oh, I don't know about that, son. That nonsense. They could just do that, and the strike will be over. Give them what they want. They're the ones doing all the work. You guys are sitting in your ivory towers thinking to yourselves, man, these people doing all the work and making us all the money sure are lazy. Of course they don't want to freaking do the freaking thing because they're not getting paid the same amount, or not the same amount, but at least a decent amount to survive. There are people out there who are barely even able to, pay rent because they're not making enough from writing what should be big name projects, or at least not even that big name projects. You're getting paid to write good series or bad series, doesn't matter. They should get compensated. And I don't care who the hell you say. Should not be a hot take. Just because your life is miserable doesn't mean you have to wish misery upon everybody else. I'm calling you out. You guys are miserable. That's the only way I can explain it. You're miserable, so you want them to also be miserable and accept the things that they cannot change. I don't like that motto. I do not accept the things I cannot change. I continue to work until I can change it. Why do you think I still create, despite AI being rampant and doing its thing? Why do you think I'm still making these universes, despite the fact that there are thousands upon millions upon billions of universes that people have created? It's because this is the kind of thing that I enjoy doing. That I prefer to do this over the job that I have currently. And I was able to get, within a span of a week, 3 series pretty much, well, this one about to be, at least for Friday, the cover drawn and the story written up. Of course, I wouldn't do that every freaking week if I had the time on hand. I would still try to separate it monthly so I can give myself some time to replenish my writing juices so I don't burn myself out. Do some little doodles and whatnot. But regardless, I'm still doing what I want to do because that's what I want to do. I might be stuck in a job that does pay good, but just isn't really good when it comes to free time. But I don't want that kind of job. I think I've done so many things, creating stuff in terms of games or, what do you call it? Also, that's the other leg. As well as these series, regular old drawings, the mature drawings even. YouTube even. We're slowly making progress on YouTube, but we haven't made that much progress, but it's fine. I don't have to make a ginormous amount of progress. I keep making videos, eventually I'll find my target audience. I don't know what that is. Gamers, artists, people who just want to listen to the ramblings of a madman. If you want to consider the Art Time episodes as quote-unquote solo podcasts, then yes you can. I guess, sure, why not? If you are a podcast listener, then yeah, maybe you can just have this on in the background while you're driving a car. Maybe you're an aspiring and very talented game developer that heard my FNAF, FPS, F.E.A.R. inspired Dead Space slash Last of Us slash Evil Within based series. Maybe you'll be like, oh, that's interesting. What if you imagine Scott being like, oh, that is an interesting take. Maybe I could do that. He at least has a spin-off. I highly doubt it. Who knows? Maybe Matt Pat stumbles upon this, be like, this guy talking about FNAF, wonder what he's talking about. And he's like, that's a good idea. And it's like, get Scott on the phone or some shit. Unlikely. I don't have the what's the word? Not inspiration, the influence. That's the word. The influence. To be able to rake in the larger named YouTubers, to be able to like try to convince Scott to make that. It doesn't even have to be a canon thing. It could just be its own little spin-off where it's basically just, you know, I guess somewhat similar to the movies, but it takes some lore and information from the original canon in order to like make the story and whatnot. Okay, place your bets, people. Outside the middle person that I still gotta draw, how much you want to bet I've missed several different freaking layers to shade in? There's so many characters here. It's insane. I think I got everything. Hard to say, there's so many characters. That's the issue when it comes to drawing so many characters in one department. I might make your thumb bigger, actually, because your thumb does look... Is it? No, well, no, yes, it is a bit smaller if you're looking at it from this particular angle down over here. I guess I could probably try to make it bigger. Well, here I go again. Oh, this time I'm going to have to actually grab his, what do you call it, Zuno-Sano. Open the damn thing up, you fool. Sure, why not? I could just color and reshade and redo this, but I need to adjust some things so it's not like massively big. That's reasonable. Anyways, yeah, I would like for that to somehow come into existence. I just don't have the influence to be able to make that happen. Nor the talent just yet. Currently, I want to finish Paint Maze, and I gotta go and learn how to use Blender or whatever 3D animating studio. I feel like Blender's a good at least learning tool at first. Mayhaps once I gotten like good at Blender, I could probably upgrade to an even more advanced one. But I feel like Blender could just be fine for now. Is that this? I feel like I just didn't do the same. This seems brighter for some reason. Is this brighter to you? Well, you know what? I don't trust it. I'm doing this again. I don't trust you. Yeah, it seems better now. What the hell skin color was I grabbed onto? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. So anyways... Wait a minute. Okay, good. For a second, I thought I put that on the same layer as the nail layer, and that would have sucked. Alright, good. The thumb is slightly better, and that one's more hidden, so that one's fine. Okay, do you recognize the person here that we just plopped down in the middle of this group of high schoolers? Take your guess, folks. You have all the time in the world before I'm finished drawing this person over here. Take your guess. Come on, you can do it. And this is the neck layer, by the way. Just making it easier so there's less like layers and whatnot that I gotta worry about. Did you guess it? Are you winning, son? No? Don't worry, you still got time. You still got time before I reveal to you who this character is. If you don't watch the series, then you probably will never guess it, but that's fine. Not canon. Just, you know, a funny little reference character being placed into the group just for shits and giggles. He literally is inconsequential to the story. He is just there to show as a little reference of this person just being here in this universe. Has no purpose, probably has no reason to like do anything here. No reason at all. Stays in his own little area. His own little world. Yeah, wait a minute. Are you... Hold on. Alright, I moved everything around. certain things were not where it was supposed to be. It's fine. I'll just cut this out. I'll make this leg 3D instead, and I'll just put this underneath the stupid shoes. I think. No, but above the shoes. That's the problem. It's not. It's beneath the shoes. It needs to be above the shoes. There we go. Good. Great. Fantastic. Trying to like cut layers by having certain layers be sharing certain areas. All right. Did you guess it? You better guess it soon. We're almost done shading it. Oh, you might have gotten it. Did you? Oh, good guess there, bro. Good guess. Is it the right one, though? We'll see. We'll see. I'm just going to have to finish off the last bit of the shading here of the shoes. And then we can move on over to the top side. And then that's moving in the background, or at least moving near me. Don't worry about it. She's just asleep, thankfully. Did you guess it? It's Shigeo, or Mob, from Mob Psycho. Again, completely inconsequential to the story. It's just a neat little reference to a series. Another series. Nothing really important. Almost need the cat awake. A slight nudge, but it still would have awoken her and made her annoying. Been at this for almost 2 hours. So yeah, no, he's not important to the story. He's just there as a fill-in for background students, really. It works perfectly, right? Mob is like a perfect fill-in character to have for like other series. Now, how funny that would be if you like had other like school-based series and you just see like Mob in the background, just like blending in. You're like you don't even see. He's like so far and inconsequential in the background that you don't like see or notice him at first. And when you do notice him, you're like, wait, what? Hold on a freaking second. Is that Mob? The hell is Mob doing here? Imagine there's like this trend where a lot of school animes have just Mob in the background. I can't imagine there's that many. I can only think of well, maybe not a few. Yeah, there was Mob Psycho. Technically My Hero Academia. Demon Slayer has no school. Pretty interesting, actually. Training, no school. Actually, is it? Would it? Hold on. Good question. Is there even a school in that universe? Or is it all basically just, self-taught and all that stuff? I have to imagine there's a school, at least. I don't know why, but something about these red eyes and black-like parts just looks so cool on these characters. It's like all the characters in Tokyo Ghoul with the eyes like this just look so freaking cool that teenage me just really was inspired off of. I think teenage me. I don't remember how old I was when the series first came out. I'm just glad that I'm able to make something somewhat similar, but utilizing my own, my own characters, my own creations. I remember a time when I used to use like characters from other series and like have them in like weird little stories back when I was a kid. And a lot in the beginning that I can remember was just basically me and Inuyasha. I don't exactly know why, but I think I do know now. I didn't know why before, but I think I know why now. But aside from that, it's nice to have my own creations now. There was a time once before where I was trying to like redraw stuff onto my like notepad here. I probably should. Nope, not that one. That's a lot of stuff in the way. Was it this one? It might have been this one. Ugh, jeez, don't crap. Well, that one might be the one. No, this one was actually less... What do you call it? There's Duke Nukem having a hangover. Just Duke Nukem having a hangover. Can you see that? That wrong one. There he is, Duke Nukem having a hangover. Man, look at all the things I have in the background. Why can't I do that more often with my backgrounds? I have no clue why. Just forgot that I drew that. Oh, yeah, that was what I drew in high school. because I stopped drawing in the sketchbooks in high school, mostly focused on this one game that I was making in Game Makers. And then, oh wait, I forgot to put away the criteria book. But yeah, no, I did do like, not tracing, because I can't trace worth shit. But I did do like a redraw of a character, look at it, draw it, look at it, draw it, and see if I could like recreate the style somewhat, so to speak. Now, I've gotten very accustomed to my creations. So now, while I still have to kind of look at certain characters to like redraw them, like even with my own characters, I can at the very least set up my own poses, set up my own designs and outfits, like what I did with Pito, for that series, the Mature series. Now I've basically just improved. Hell, if you want freaking old drawings, that's what it was at. But that was Sketchbook, where I had the skill. Well, the skill wasn't as good as where I am currently right now. Like, I bet you I probably would be able to do even better pencil sketches now if I were to... Oh, wait, right, this is all one thing. I probably could be doing, like, better pencil sketches now if I had stuck to that, which would mean that I wouldn't be able to get too much... Like, because the difference here is I would have to scan it. And I would have to somehow get... Wait a minute. Alright, hold on. You're supposed to be underneath that, at least. I don't know if the glasses need to be above or below, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't look like it's connecting to it anyways. So yeah, I probably could have gotten like really good at sketches even further. But I'm glad with where I've went right now. Because at least with this way, I'm able to get very colorful drawings with vivid colors and whatnot. I'm able to do a lot with what I have currently, and I like it. I like it a lot. But I am glad that I have improved ever since young age. There was a time where I was thinking about doing MS Paint and being like, I could do this digital art version in MS Paint. And wasn't really as good. I think it was slightly decent as a first startup, trying to do that again, because there was a time before when I did draw in MS Paint on the computer. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good at all. And that was when I was like a kid. I don't know how old I was, but I definitely was at least single digits going into second digits and a little early second digits probably. I think it was mostly single digits though. Because then the second digits came in where I did sketches. And now here I am, started in my like almost 20. I was like 19 when I started, I think. Let's see here. It was... I could just look up the thing real quick and of what year it was. Might be very difficult unless I can go into fantasy, go into... Oh, Jesus, normal was freaking huge at 136 drawings. That's fine. Oh, I have the numbers! Perfect! I probably could have used the numbers to get to the first drawing ever. This one is at, August 2015. August 22nd. Which is funny because I started drawing in Photoshop in February 22nd, I think, at least posting on Facebook at first. Then I repurposed the DeviantArt account that I had. And now, here I am currently, with almost 2K watchers and almost 100K, page views. That was 2015. It's 2023 right now. I guess technically speaking, I could just look at DeviantArt's about page, or at least my about page, and see how long the years have been. 7 years, it's saying, going on 8. But I guess DeviantArt-wise, it's only been almost 8 years. So we've been doing this for 8 years. 8 freaking years. It sucks that it's still so slow going, though. But we've been doing this for 8 years. And only just as of recent, with Nova Guardians, Adventurous Ami, Elementals Reborn, Lustful Horrors even, and Heavenly Deadland, of course, with a few other series that are going to be coming up soon, that we've just decided to do something like this. I have been wanting to do something similar to this for a while now with like manga panels, but that took too long to do. So now here we are instead doing the covers and writing it like a novel. It's still slow going. And I'm like 27, I believe. The years are melting together, but yeah, I do believe I'm 27. Oh, shit, Berg. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I could just do this and combine this. Then we do this, and we do this. Just a little bit, nothing too big. And to try to blend it in a bit more. There we are. It's still kind of looking like it's a little... See, I can't tell if I missed it or whatnot, but yeah, I guess I could probably just go in a tiny bit more. I feel like that should be fine. Only I would have noticed that. I'm pretty sure other people will be like, oh, that looks cool, I'm not noticing any issues or whatnot, but yeah. It is what it is. So anyways, yeah, we've been at this since I was 19. Technically 18, because it was 2015 in February. That would mean I would have been 18 during the start, I think. Right? Hold on, I'm 27 now, so 23, 2, 1, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, rotate that. 15, no, I would have been 19? Yeah, no, 19. So I would have been 18 when I first started, and then 19 going into March. So yes, I guess technically as soon as I got out of high school and did my drawing for like a year while I was 18, the transitioning instance, or my game, the game that I was making for a year, I think I said drawing, the transitioning instance from teenager to adult led me into Photoshop. And now at this point, at 26, we started doing game development again, which is great. Now we're at it with YouTube. I don't know when I started this exactly, but it had to have been like a year ago, I think. I don't know, it was probably a year ago. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was like a year and a half ago. But if we're talking about like just whole numbers, then yeah, it's a year. Almost going into 2 once December hits again. Hard to say, really. A myth that we're just deciding to do YouTube at this point in the game, where it's not really that, like, you know, popular as it, like, with all the guys, the YouTube guys, the big names that, like, got in and just made the bag and got, like, a career out of this. I don't know if I would have able to have done that, because I kind of would have just done my own content. Maybe, who knows, impressionable youth mind back in the days probably would have done stupid prank videos. Thankfully, I haven't fallen into that category. Thankfully, I'm falling into my own category, which doesn't really give me a big audience, but it's fine. Because as I've said before, I like doing my own thing. I don't follow trends. I do my own thing, create my own thing, and I do what I want when I want. If I want to do a certain trend because it kind of like meshes with what I am currently doing at the point, then yeah, sure, I'll do something for it. Why not? I can do it. It probably won't be on time before the trend like fully dies out, but that's fine. It doesn't have to really be following any particular kind of system. I could just do whatever. So yes, inspirational basically. Do whatever you want to do. Just, you know, make sure you don't ignore your other things that you should do, and you'll be golden. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. Just go for it. It couldn't hurt. Spend some time to work on some things. At least you got something to do instead of just sitting around on the phone or watching TV. And if you want to watch your shows, you can watch your show. Do what I've been doing. A lot of people just binge watch their shows, and then in the end, they don't get anything to watch after that. What I've been doing with the anime that I've been watching, like I have said multiple times before, but I'll say it again because, again, there's so many freaking videos you won't even know where to go. I wouldn't even know where to send you to. I watch my shows one day at a time. There's only one instance that occurs where I watch it more than once, and that's on technically a Saturday, but technically it's a Sunday when you think about Toonami, where after Toonami episodes run their course, I go on ahead and I watch another episode. Every dinner, I watch an episode. That's what I have been doing. It keeps the show lasting long, and it keeps me coming back for more. And it also gives me a reason to get through the day to be able to watch it. Something to look forward to, basically. That and my creations. And my cat when she's not in heat. And when there's this freaking thing on the bed. Ugh, damn it. Whatever, I'm just gonna put it here for now. Piece of cardboard this cat freaking ripped up from that TV box. Anyways, yeah. Do what I do. Watch an episode for one day, hold off on it the next, and do your thing. How do you think I keep up with all of this? As soon as I get home, I spend somewhere around an hour getting, my dinner set, my lunch for tomorrow set. Eat, watch my show while eating, of course, saves time. Then we go on ahead, go and do this stuff, and we're golden. Yep, we give ourselves at least 5, maybe even 6 hours if we decide to stay up past 4, which I probably shouldn't because I'm just always tired, and I don't like having to be always tired. And with the YouTube thing, I'm just doing 2-hour episodes of certain series. As of right now, we got Tales of Berseria, which, again, not doing as good as Sonic Adventures 2 or Minecraft does, but that's fine. I'll still record it and keep making episodes on it. Because it's for me more so than anyone else, and those that want to watch it, they can watch it. I do enjoy going through that game again, and we're about to go through a part that I have been looking forward to going through for a while when I first started the series. Which I'm surprised, because this is occurring way sooner than I vaguely remember it occurring. Anyways, yeah. There's that to look forward to. We do that every Friday. Assuming that no Saturdays is up and on the board, which is annoying to have to deal with when it is. They have been unknowingly putting a lot of Saturdays and Sundays on the board as of recent. Apparently the warehouse is empty. I don't know what they're doing, but they need to fix their shit before I get off of vacation. I picked the perfect week to not have to come into because apparently it's very hot in there, which it always is in the friggin' summertime. But also they have Saturday and Sunday on the board for line 1. And another line that's to be determined. They probably already got line 3 on the board right now, or 5, or whatever the hell it is that they're planning on running. It's not cool. I gotta say, it's not cool at all. People got lives, and these companies don't realize that, or they don't care, and they just only want money. It's tiresome. It's annoying. I wish they would stop. It's as simple as that. I wish they would just stop. What is it with these people who are in charge of things, who constantly try to force people to do more work than they should ethically and healthily do? And here I am technically working on my vacation, despite the fact that this is the kind of job that I would prefer to do anyways. I wish I could. I wish I could just quit my current job and do this full time. But until that day occurs, I'll just have to keep sticking with it until one day I get somewhere with this. In either department, really. Drawings, series. I guess also it kind of coincides with the drawings. YouTube, or even my games. Really, it's just gotta keep working on it. It's fine, because I was thinking maybe I can use this week to go on ahead and get a drawing finished, but I couldn't do that. Or not drawing, music finished. Make some music for Paint Maze. At the very least, get the start menu done with. I couldn't do it. There's just so much that I have to get done with, and if I take like the time of day to work on the music, I would be falling behind in the drawings as well. I feel like if I'm going to light a fire underneath my ass to get music made, I need to do it in video format. I would prefer not to do it so I can take the time to like think about the melody and figure out how the hell I want to make it work. But yeah, it is a bit of a struggle trying to find time to make the music. Because everything else I have no problem doing, because I'm fine with doing that. The coding, the level design, all the other stuff, making the zones and whatnot. It's just the music I am so inadverse to making. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not that good at it. I'd say I'm at least average, if not that lower. But better than most. Shut up! But still, I should get my ass working on the damn music. I just can't. It's annoying as hell. I wish I can get it done with. The only other thing I could think of is I can use the week that I have to try to get some things done. Because I gotta get a drawing done with to be posted on Sunday, and a bunch of other drawings done with, at least, no, for like the end of the week, not this Sunday. The end of the week. Also, I gotta say, the Japanese clocks are definitely an interesting clock. Because, just, the way the numbers are. And you're usually just seeing normal numbers and not symbols, right? If I'm trying to make this out of, an actual, Japanese anime kind of deal, and I needed to try to figure out what the clocks in Japan would look like with the numbers and whatnot. Oh yeah, this is the part where you have to guess what the kanjis and the characters' eyes mean. And I'm able to see most of it, but I think some of that's fine. You have some hints just around the area. You got some hints. Or at least these three. But anyways, yeah. With these two series, they do take a while to get done with. Why do you think I spaced them out? Especially Nova Guardians. You kidding me? Nova Guardians takes an entire day to write, assuming I'm waking up on a Sunday and focusing on getting that written and done with. Oh yeah, if you don't notice, this girl has a lot of freckles and blushes around set freckles. This is a pretty adorable character. Yep. Cool. Shut up. Get out of here. That's right, go eat your food. No, go eat your food. Don't pay attention, eat your food. You douche. Oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. I just realized something important here. The eyeliner is actually way too far out, I think. It might be. Yeah, it is. Which is fine, it doesn't matter in the way that's set up. I'll do something like shading on the eyeliner. I mean, yeah, you got like some punk, because the idea here is there is probably like an underground like bar kind of deal, doubling as like a little tattoo shop, or it's a weird armor up thing that this girl contributes. There's going to be a very particular scene that to most people, it's going to be disgusting. But to others, they're going to get turned on by it. Is it going to be here? I don't know. I'm not sure just yet. But she does something in particular that a lot of particular people with a very niche fetish are going to like. And her kanji and her tattoo kind of slightly hints at it. Nothing spider-like, but it is, you know, somewhat similar. Although I don't know if I want that to be the tattoo or not. We'll figure that out soon, later. I'll look into it later. Oh, also she has like a nice red eyelashes here. God, I like this character way better than who is going to technically be the secondary protagonist. That she's not in this one. She is in the episode, I think. That Yaiko. That girl who has the hair blade arms or whatever. Yeah, her ability makes sense to give off to other devils. Primarily because it kind of acts as like an extra armor. Really good for preventing complete and total annihilation of someone's torso area. She's a character who is referenced off of a particular series, or at least a couple of series, but I guess technically speaking, both series have the same kind of niche fetish going on. Well, I guess I could at least give you a hint of the series that I'm talking about. Those who know what I'm talking about are going to immediately, automatically know what it is I'm talking about. Those who aren't in the know, on the other hand, won't know, and that's fine. They don't need to know. Also, I gotta go back to the layers here so I can grab the freckles with ease. So, here's the names. Matrix. Scourge. Those are the only words you're getting. Those who know what I'm talking about, shut up! Those who know what I'm talking about, well, you already automatically know. You don't need me saying anything more. Those who don't know what I'm talking about, well, good luck. Again, I don't know if it's going to be shown in this episode or the third one. I guess technically it doesn't really matter. Because this episode isn't fully showcasing these characters. It's mostly showcasing her, but I do want to at least showcase them at first, because, you know, it's going to show Hanichi having to go to the area where she is, and she has these two as her, like, workers currently. It's going to be like a, you know, similar, not semi-similar, because isn't there only, like, a few, I think? There might only be a few, I'm not sure. It's been a while, and I don't really remember. Trying to get, like, some parallels, but I also want to try to keep it somewhat original, so not knowing is actually really helpful in creating something more original. It's like you're trying to recreate Tokyo Ghoul somewhat from memory, but you're, like, dispersing from it so far that it turns into an actual series. Not I'm exactly doing that, because I do have some particular scenes in here that are going to be pretty chilling to look at, like, not gruesome. I mean, yeah, the body horror and whatnot, but the other things that I'm talking about that are more just like, what's the word? Surreal? Ethereal? Biblically horrifying, I guess, is the best way I can describe it. Yeah. That's probably, like, the best way I can probably describe what will occur in this series later on. And that's the only thing I'm going to say for it right now. Because, again, religion is also a heavy aspect in this series. Angels, devils, obviously, as opposed to ghouls and whatever the fuck the ghoul hunters were called in that series. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Inspiration. Not, like, complete mimicry. That's why I have inspired ghoul eyes with inspired demon slayer eye, or demons from demon slayer eyes, I should say. At least the demons that Muzan claimed to be his higher-ups or some shish. Muzan is such a tool. You guys like highest, strongest guys, and he doesn't even freaking see them as equals, and shut the fuck up! Stop meowing out there! What are you meowing at? What possible animal is out here at 2:30 in the morning? The only animals out there are bats, raccoons, possibly a skunk, but I doubt a skunk is gonna try to recreate Pepe Le Pew or some shit. Even though you would be all into it because you're freaking, I don't know, you were born in the wild and I got you as a kitten. Or born in the wild near work, then I got you as a kitten, I think. Oh man, I had this weird dream once where I was like, me and my cousin somehow went back in like 2008, and we still have the memories of everything that occurred there. I don't understand why, but for some reason my dream's future version, or the present version, apparently didn't have a left arm. And I was like, my arm is back or something, and something about malignant. I don't know what that was about. And just like I'm freaking trying to recreate me as Finn back in this old house that they used to live in before they had to like sell it. Man, I was strange. That's all I could really remember from that dream. Yeah. I don't know, there's something about this girl, this character, that just really hits right there, you know? Something about her design. Simplistic, you know. The tattoo could probably be better, I guess. I mean, the other option is to color in every single inch of it. I could try that, actually. I don't think I have the tattoo colors here, but I think it's literally just as simple as black, right? Well, you're combining a bunch of other colors in, which I guess technically you are. I don't think I have the color here, so what I'm going to do instead... No, wrong one. I'm going to switch on over to... What's her name? Yuki? Yeah, Yuki. Oh yeah, I didn't even freaking tell you this girl's name. Her name is Yuki. Y-U-K-I. There's no tattoo here, which makes me think that the tattoo is the gray-black because the shirt is the gray as well. Right, okay, that makes sense. Shut up! Alright, just color it in. Is that good? No, I'll just delete the tattoo real quick and just color it in. There we are. Shut up. Shut up, shutting up. Why you gotta keep worrying? Don't give me that look. I thought you were close to being done, but you're not. Just patted her stomach while she was whirring. I don't know why that's funny. Like she whirs and she goes into a frenzy, and just in the middle of her whir, she just does a loud word. There we are. See, if you just whir instead of freaking screaming at a window for another cat to come find you, that would be fine. But you do that, and it's annoying when I need to focus or go to sleep. This cat, I swear. I just wish she would learn to control her goddamn hormones, especially when she knows that there's no cats out there. Really? What do you want? Look at that face. When she does a walking thing, it looks like she's walking towards my face. She's like a... No, face. Yeah. Rotate. Alright, move down my face. Get out my face, I gotta finish this. We're like almost 2.5 hours in, goddammit. Jesus, man, it's so long to shade in 18 characters. I say that despite the fact that some people will probably take like an entire day to shade in characters using this style. To others, it would probably take like a total of 18 hours to shade in 18 characters. Which I guess technically most of that time I spent outlining the characters and then coloring them in. So I guess technically I did spend a lot of time setting that up. But regardless, the shading portion, 2.5 hours, and still a few characters left. Oh yeah, I gotta go to the freckles and make them darker. Especially, well, I guess technically it doesn't matter if it's like around here. Because around there it matters, but not around the other parts. I gotta say, I'm noticing like multiple, like, when I was looking at the Pampers website for Japanese baby names for the girls at least, there's a lot of names that end in ko, which means child. It makes me wonder, like, there is obviously a very specific order, very like specific pattern that goes in naming babies in Japan with things that have meaning. In Mary, I like Fred, Bob, Mark, Will, my name, Anthony, even. Don't think that really has much of a name. Oh, outside of maybe being an Italian name to some extent, but not fully. Jack. That's another one. This damned cat. But her name is Shade, and that doesn't really count. Harley's another one. Tia's another one. Chloe. Poster. Shadalade. I really wish you'd stop this, cat. You're digging your claws into my freaking back. Sounds like it rhymes, but it doesn't. Sounds like it should rhyme, but it doesn't. Get on the thing. No, you're scratching my chest now, you fool. Oh, well, you just jumped off anyways, you fool. Fool. You fool. Whatever. Now it's just a little freaking mark. Well, I can't see it fully, but I just imagine it's a little mark. See, for me, it feels like there's, stop it. Don't put your nose in my eye. Really? Really? Look at this little shit. I don't know why that one's funny. Worry my ears. Only when I whir does she whir like that, unless I look at her. Yeah, see? Could you, like, stop it for, like, a minute? More than a minute, actually. I gotta try to get this done with and written up before I have to start recording episodes for Tales of the Saga, because that means it'll be close to being the end of Friday, and I won't have a lot of time left after that. At least I'll have my Saturday and Sunday as opposed to the people currently at work who have to come in for that unless they call out. Also, apparently they're doing some weird nonsense crap right now at work with frickin' what they did in a morning meeting, and I don't even know what it is because I wasn't there since I'm on vacation. Getting like weird recoils? What the hell? Oh, no, it's doing that lag thing because of that, what do you call it? I wonder if I should give her, like, nice black rings around her eyes like you would see on most goth chicks. For crying out loud, cat. Would you get out of the way? What are you doing? Can't you see I'm busy here? Alright, let's see. I1C. Oh yeah, kanjis. Try to guess the kanjis. Slight hints that you can see on the character's eyes as well as certain other things. as soon as I get this done with, I'm going to go over to... Oh yeah, I didn't even say this character's name here. This girl's name is Hifumi, or Hifumi. Hifumi. Don't know why the hell is at the M like that, but it's fine. Hifumi. Really, cat? Really? Can you like, stop? Stop it. Get off of the chair and move your ass elsewhere. I'll smack your butt. No, stop. No, that is not what I want. I wanted 0 feathers. Stop it. And when I pick her up, she puts her little paws like a rabbit's paw. Alright, I need a eye shadow now. Whoops. Something that I did with Goth Noel. Wait a minute. No, that's annoying. Put that back on, damn it. Where I basically just have like a nice little black ring surrounding her eye. I feel like that would be a good thing to have, at least for her. And do preset manager stuff and try to move some things around to try to get her eyeshadow where it needs to be. I don't even know where the hell I should put it. She's got multiple different dark colors that mesh together. Hey, Fumi. Shut up. I mean, the only good thing with her doing that nonsense on my frickin' shoulder is that she stops screaming at the window. But it's distracting as hell in both regards, so... It's annoying regardless. God, this is the wrong thing, you fool. Don't burn. Mid-tone. Idiot. I wonder why that looked darker, because I was still stuck on mid-tones. Let's do these first before I move on over to the other parts. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fully finish this at the time I'm recording this. Well, not like, you know... I'm talking about like the entire drawing. I might have to wait until tomorrow to fully get into recording this and then doing it like that, and hopefully getting that done within a reasonable time frame. I hope. I really hope I can. Stop it, cat. Considering just like how long it takes. Like I could get the background finished, and then tomorrow I can do the you know, shading and texturing on camera, and then we finish everything off. Then maybe, just maybe, I can get it all done within a reasonable time. Maybe. The thing to take into consideration, of course, is the fact that we got other things that we need to record later. And I do want to try to get this done within a reasonable time frame. I might try to get Played Up also finished alongside all the other stuff, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Because that's like, depends really. Almost potentially 6 to 7 hours of recording, depending on how long Sonic Adventures 2 takes. And how long the coffee run takes. So that's 6 to 7 hours of controller life. Fully maxed and charged. I already got that taken care of. Thankfully. I guess we'll have to figure that out when the time comes. And if we do run low on charge, if we do need to charge it up, then we'll charge it up. Simple as that. I'll take a break because that's a lot of hours of recording anyways, and then we'll do what we need to do. Oh, Christ. I would hope that I could get up at an early time, try to get all the stuff that I need to get done with finished and all that. And then after we've done that, we get it the episode posted, and because it's coming on Friday, so I guess I could technically wait for a Saturday, but I'd rather not do that since I got other things that I want to do. I would rather try to get this finished. So I'll try to get this done with on a Friday at least. Not like it's going to matter too much. Once Friday hits, all the videos scheduled to post of this week is already out. So no matter what, next episode will be, or the episode advertising towards the end will be the previous episode. Jesus. Oh, my eyes. Me eyes were a bit dizzy there. I mean, can you blame me? Sleep deprived still. Now, I think because I had to get up early to watch the dogs, and I couldn't get up in a reasonable, I couldn't go to sleep in a reasonable time. So I think I ended up with like 6 hours of sleep or so. 6 hours of sleep. Going for who knows how long. Waking up at 2. We've been up for 12 hours, well, more than 12 hours at this point, straight, with 6 hours of sleep. And we're probably going to go even further, going into 5 o'clock. Probably. I want to try to, at the very least, get some of this done with, so once it's time for me to start working on the shading and texturing of the background, everything will be there and ready to be done with. Yep. Yes, sir. Did I have anything there? No, I didn't. Just check a thing. And you got your skin here showing. I'm sure you could probably take a wild guess as to what her devil abilities are. So far, we've seen one with Tear, who's dead now, one who utilizes tears. We have Hanichi, who uses blood. We have Ken, can't remember his full name, who changes up his muscle mass. We've got Osuke, I think his name was, who uses, I guess, somewhat gravity shifting and whatnot. Not entirely too sure if that was like the exact thing, but he has something similar in that department. We got Yaiko, who manipulates her own hair. And that's pretty much all that we know right now. We don't know the big guy. We don't know the child, who is, of course, presumed to be a demon, or devil, I mean. Who is presumed to be a devil due to being the little sister of Jun Hana, the devil, the crying... what was her... What does Shinichi call her again? The crying demoness? Not sure. I think that was the name he gave her. I don't know if people noticed, like, the devil that was killed in the first ones, the name that the guy gave the devil. That Coleslaw Finger Man, or whatever he was called, Coleslaw Fingers or Coleslaw Digits, is essentially a reference to Salad Finger, which you kind of saw the character in the silhouette, or at least read it in the silhouette, with long fingers. Yep, Shinichi killed Salad Fingers, or Coleslaw Fingers. Or Digits. Again, I don't recall. I don't have the story up right now to reference, and I probably should just focus on getting this done with anyways. So regardless, that's what we know of so far of the current devils that have been shown. We don't know what these three are just yet. Or at least I don't know if we're going to know. I think we'll figure out what at least she does in the third episode. There's going to be like a bunch of the other devils in the group that Hanichi is going to be a part of. The diner establishment... Whoops. Well, that's not enough pixels. The diner establishment is pretty much just dead now in the waters. due to that attack. So we're not going the same route as, Tokyo Ghoul with the ghouls in the diner I think they were in. It's slightly different. I don't exactly know where they're going to be, but I guess it doesn't exactly matter if we're moving everyone all around the place and stuff. But yeah, that's essentially what we've got so far. And so far right now in the Devil's department. -1. Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot her lips. And the fact that her lips is supposed to be beneath the line here. For this one in particular, I'm having a line going through the lips. Any more characters that have like lips like this, they're going to have lines going through it. Unlike most of what I have currently, I feel like this is a nice little change of like pace with the way I have done things with most of the other stuff. It kind of works. It's not something I'm used to though, but it does kind of work. I feel like there's more effects that I want to add to at least some of the eyes here, especially your eyes, but I'll hold off on that in a minute. Alright, now for more angel characters. You can't really fully see it, her weapon here, just like you can't really fully see Shinichi's weapon. But this girl, whose name is Satomi, utilizes a very special nail and hammer weapon, where she basically just is able to like hold on to this nail with a handle that like shifts up and down to like make it easier to hammer in devil's hearts. And she has a nice hammer here that doesn't have like what do you call it? The back end. That she uses to hammer the nails into the devils. One-shot wonder she is. Her entire weaponry consists of penetrating the torso. Yeah, she could probably destroy the head, but that's just going to be temporary. Pretty much, all in all, when it comes to badass characters, she is one of them. And there's going to be at least a few more angels that we'll be showcasing at some point. Because we got to showcase a decent amount of devils and at least a decent amount of angels. I won't spoil what will be occurring later on in the series, but this is an important thing that we need to do. The cat is now picking her food out of her freaking wet food dish. Picking it and eating it with her thumbs. Oh, now she's fully eating it. Or she picked it out with her teeth and is now eating it. We need to get this kind of freaking bit, I swear. Anyways, yeah. The more devils and the more angels we can showcase, more things will start to kick off. Because right now the series is kind of just easing into it. But I feel as though things need to start kicking off as early as, say, like, well, at least fully start kicking off as perhaps the 4th episode, maybe starting off a tad bit in the 3rd. A lot of things are going to happen. And that's basically the plan. It's not going to be left and right chaos here and there. But it is a war between those siding with the devils and so those siding with the angels. The people here didn't really have much of a choice in this fight. They were born a devil, which means they were born to always be hunted by those that do not understand them. But it is what it is. Shut up. You were doing so good. Why don't you continue eating so you can stop worrying? This cat, I swear. And I feel like I gotta change her hair up a little bit. Hers. Before it was a little bit more of a, it was like this, but more upwards and having more of a center point here. I feel like I should at the very least make that more roundish and bulbous instead. There, we did that. I'm gonna do this now. God damn it. Anyways, yeah. I don't think I fully talked about the plot here. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing that, you fool? God damn it, no wonder why that's... Wonderful, fantastic. Alright, well, now I know why that spot was wet, because you're being a fucking slut. And cooming on the blanket. Why? I swear, I can't wait for her to be out of heat. It's getting annoying. God damn it. Well, looks like I'm going to have to report this. How annoying. I'll probably start getting that shit in the washer and hopefully it will be done by the time I'm ready to go to sleep. God, fucking damn it. That's the last thing I need to worry about. Mayhaps we might have to get you fixed, cat, if you're gonna do that all of a sudden. Obsessive words. Bad. Bad, cat. That is not right. Bad. I don't want to have to freaking discipline this cat, but if she's gonna do that shit, I'm gonna have to. Unfortunately. I really don't. Really don't want to have to do that. Get away from that. Not like it matters, I gotta freaking wash it anyways. I'm not encouraging that shit any further. Alright, let's see. Hopefully I can get this finished sooner rather than later. Alright. I don't even know what that is. Like, what is exactly was she planning on doing there? I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out at all. Well, either way, we're gonna have to figure out a fix for that, right, cat? What a nuisance, I swear. I swear. These animals are so freaking nuisance, and I don't understand why they consistently do this. Why must they do this? Why can't they just be normal? And she's like, what, 3 years old around that point? She knows better not to. Alright, well, we'll have to deal with that soon. For now, I gotta just work on this. And hopefully try to get this done with a reason. Alright, let's see here. It's way too hot for this crap. Doesn't help that his computer is freaking heating up here in every freaking aspect. Isn't that right, dick? Douchebag? Alright, let's see. R1E. That one's pretty small and inconsequential. There we go. And there we go. Alright, awesome. Damn it, now the sails have been taken on my wind. Would you get away from there? I just don't understand why. Why does there always have to be some fucking problem? I don't know why. I can't even have a weekend without something going wrong. Or a week, I mean, without something going wrong. A week away from my piece of crap job where everything there breaks. Freaking had a hair tie break, a new one that I haven't even used yet while going to Six Flags. Thankfully, I was able to borrow one from my cousin. Still same thing, and it's the same one too, oddly enough. And there's a bunch of other things, like body being sore because of roller coaster, but that's just, added on to the nonsense that we had to deal with in the 9.5 workday bull crap. Then, of course, a lot of other issues. Physics being a douchebag, making me freaking drop the damn cat dish multiple times because physics is a cunt that deserves to die screaming. Then this, the cat being in heat for the entire week. Annoying, right? So many things going wrong. Dumbass fly landing on top of my sandwich gave that to the trash compactor, not trash compactor, but trash regardless, you know what I mean. Then there's just a bunch of other things, stupid weeds, because they just won't stop fucking growing. There's just so many issues, and it's pissing me off so much. Okay, there we go. I knew I was missing something with that there. So many issues that keep occurring this week, and I hate it. It's like I'm away from this job to relax and not have to worry about things going wrong, and things just go wrong. Because some aspect of life is being an asshole that's trying to frickin' screw me over. I just don't know why. I'm not sure why. It's annoying. And now this? I can only hope that it's only when she's in heat and not going to be a common thing. Because if there's going to be a common thing, there's going to be some issues here. She should be getting out of heat soon. Start early this week, and it usually lasts a week anyway, so hopefully it'll end. Especially now after I scolded her for doing something you shouldn't do. Period. You're a grown cat, goddammit. Don't be a dumbass. If you're a dumbass, well, you're just not going to have a fun time now, are you? Now, let's see. 2C. Oh yeah, I didn't get the other nodes there, didn't I? Man, this is taking ages to get shaded in. It makes me wonder if I should just finish off the shading so I can get this in the washer and just focus on doing the texturing off camera so I can have something to watch in the background. It might be easier. I'm running out of things to talk about, so I'm just going to try to get the shading finished, and then I'm going to do the texturing off camera and the background off camera. It's taking so long to get done with anyways, right? You see? You better not do anything stupid. That's right, you better just lay down and think about what you did. Right in front of me, too, where I can freaking hear it. How ballsy. Fine. Let's see. We're almost done with at least the shading portion here. I know the texturing probably is going to take that long, but I still would rather just do this off camera so I can just take a break from this damn bright light. And just have something on in the background while I do this. Okay. Alright. I need to do some more stuff here. Alright, I'm going to do the weapons first. I'm going to adjust this girl's hair over here. I think I can get a better look on the top somehow. Just don't know how exactly. And we got some nails over here. Or nail. Not some nails. Singular nail. We got this up top, and we got the handle here that shifts. We probably won't see her in action just yet. Or maybe we will get like a little glimpse of her in action. I'll figure it out at some point. I got until tomorrow where the story is going to get written, so I'll have to figure out like what I have fully planned. Yeah, she's just popping her head out of the or out from behind the wings. If you don't know, she has a crush on Juno right down there, but he doesn't notice her. There we are. I don't know what the series is gonna think of when love involved. Yeah, that's right. There's no love in this nightmare. Only misery. And a whole lot of infighting with devils and angels. Yeah, because you see that looks like that, and it does look slightly different, right? But I feel as though this should just be like... Because before this was like this. Like so. Now I'm just going ahead and delete this bit, which is good because I had to like get that bit out of there to put the colors and whatnot in. This looks slightly better. What the hell? And it's like a freaking piece of fuzz hair or whatever that's sticking out somewhere and I can't get it. Yeah, the cat looks sad now. Well, good. You should be sad about what you did. You shouldn't be doing those kinds of things to begin with. You know it's not good. You know it's bad. Negative reinforcements to stop you from doing that. It is what it is. Time will pass and we will be good again. But for now, we're on bad terms. Me and the cat. I'll just have to wait for her to get out of heat, then we'll be back on semi-good terms. Semi-good, but I know you know. You know, cat. There's no way you don't know, especially since you have only done that when I haven't been looking. Am I missing something in her eyes? No, it's just the colors in her eyes are closer toned than most. And she also's got the cute blonde eyelashes. Even though she's not really albino in any way, shape, or form. Just a nice little thing to have for certain characters. I don't know what series has characters with colored eyelashes. I'm sure there are some. I can't remember. Wait, does your eyelashes have like a different color? Like if you were to have like, I don't know, somehow naturally white hair, would your eyelashes be white too? That would be interesting and pretty cool. I can't imagine it would be, but it feels like it's any other part of your body that would like have different hair color. Although I don't know why, but I feel like my beard and mustache is like a darker color instead of the brown that I've got. Like a black. I can't exactly fully tell since I barely grow my beard out that much anyways. Can't exactly grow it out anyways because of work. I want to wear a beer net. Don't want to do that at all. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to make your head slightly darker. But yes, you'd have to imagine that eyelashes colors would probably just stay the same as just dark colors, but who knows, maybe it is changing of the colors. of the hair color. Then again, do you see any redheads with red eyelashes? I don't recall, but then again, I'm not really looking into the eyes of a redhead now, aren't I? I don't even think I know of a redhead. I don't think I do at all. Or I maybe do, I don't know. It's not like as red as I would think. The kind of red that I'm thinking is more of a bright, vivid red. I wouldn't say like that, but it would probably be close. That's more of a darker red. A maroon red. Well, either way, it doesn't exactly matter. Eyelash colors are what eyelash colors will be. Nothing can really change in that department. Or maybe you can. Has anyone ever dyed their eyelashes? That sounds vastly uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is being done wrong. You're supposed to be bright here. And you're supposed to be dark beneath here. Oh, with the way that's set up, that's probably got to be darker too. It's fine. It's not an issue setting it up. There you go. Not too bright, though, but bright enough to where it looks good. Yeah, originally I was thinking about having her hair with that here, but going out like that. And then I decided to do, like, shorter instead of going out more. The original idea that I had in my head was, like, something similar to that one drawing I did of the, the class characters for, where is it? Is it 50? Yeah. Something similar to her, but not, like, completely exact. So, no helmet, though, but, something somewhat similar. Obviously, I wanted to make it unique from that character, and that's what I did. There's like a stand-in while I was trying to figure out what characters to add into the scenes that I'm thinking about. I haven't thought too much about like the first season thing, plots and like the beginning portions. I have some ideas though, and I feel like these are good ideas to have as like starter conflicts and whatnot before we get into the big nitty-gritty conflicts that require. Wait a minute. I forgot that that was technically connected to that. Hold on. It's fine. I'll delete the bits that should or will give issues. Like I think most of that can stay. Delete these bits, obviously. I guess most of these are fine as is. If anything, I could just do this. And just delete. There we go. Good, great. Hopefully I don't have to do that again, because that's annoying if I do. I'm going to finish this off before I do anything more with the hair here. And you got like the hair bits beneath here. I'll say it's going to be a shame once we get to certain scenes with certain characters that I know about right now. Even those I don't know about. You don't need to know what I'm talking about, Floyd. For now, we'll just enjoy the journey as it is. Because we got some pretty cool looking girls here, and even some pretty cool looking guys here. I should put this at like 15 or something, because this is taking a little bit more shading than it should take for your hair to get done. Not too much, but not too little either. Oh, what's this? There's a thunderstorm apparently coming our way. It's mostly going in the... Oh, no, it is coming our way. It looks like it is. Well, shish. Well, it's a good thing it's a Friday. Alright, let's see here. Some brightness. Yeah, if I dodge here with the 15% exposure, it might be too much, but it might be fine as well. I feel like there is definitely some bits of her hair that I do need to dodge a bit. No, too much. I don't know why, but her hair color has the same consistency as vanilla pudding. I don't know why. Alright, let's see. Just something about this hair color, I guess. Alright. Let's see most of it, but not all of it. Wait, which one is this? Oh, this is C. What am I doing? Trying to adjust B, even though there's nothing in B right now. Alright, now for this. The back end of the hair. There we are. Good. Okay, so now we're done with that. We can work on the rest of it. 0 neck. What was that noise I just heard? Might have been in my head, or it might have been a faint noise from outside. I'm not sure. Alright, let's see here. It's like I'm getting weird freaking blips of flashes, white flashes, or shadows at the corner of my eyes. Makes you wonder if the place is haunted. Or I'm sleep deprived. Either one could be the answer, who the hell knows? It's like getting brief images of paranormal stuff, but because my body doesn't fully want to see that for some freaking reason, as soon as I look in its general direction, it's gone. But it's like, it's brief flashes anyway. It's even in peripherals. Like, I see something right here out of this particular part of peripheral. I don't know what it is, but it was there momentarily. Could be the eye floaters, too. Those exist. But I feel like eye floaters just don't flash white. Because there's right around this part of the peripheral, which is like right here facing at my wall, there was a white flash. Could be nothing, could be something. Who knows? Could just be my brain is tired and is just firing off on all cylinders with specific images and whatnot. I can't exactly say what it is. I mean, with the dizziness and the tiredness, it could be paranormal. Or again, lack of sleep. Or a lack of just relaxing. I feel like I've done some good relaxing laying down and watching regular show from time to time if I take breaks. As I am going to do after I get this freaking thing in the washer. We're almost done here actually anyway, so we'll probably be able to do that soon. But yeah, it could be that, or it just could be paranormal activities. Either way, I'm just tired and dizzy with a sore back. And that's mostly just from drawing a bunch, sitting a bunch. I could definitely use a little bit of a break, but I can still do it. I think that's everything. Probably. And we got like the angels looking all angelic here, which I guess would make sense for some of them. Except for that one guy, Shinichi, who looks like a deranged psychopath looking to kill anything that's a devil. No matter the morals, seems to be. Well, I think that's all for this episode. I'll work on the shading, or texturing, I mean. And then the background, outline and color that. We've been at this for 3 hours anyways, so that's all for today, folks. The shading is done. I'll worry about the textures after this. So thank y'all for watching today's episode of Art Time. So freaking frizzled over here. If you enjoyed today's or if you enjoyed the part of today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Art Time over here, and the next part of today's episode right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.